I'd just like to thank Mark for what he's doing with this HR Equality Act bill that's coming forth, that he's bringing forth many to speak about this, and he's asked me to speak. So I'm going to bring in what I believe Abba Father has brought to my attention. And one of the things that I'd like to bring up that has been brought up a few times, but it's something that I really feel that we need to focus on, and that is our children and our grandchildren. We need to protect our children and our grandchildren. And I'm just going to bring forth a few articles here just to get my foundation of what I wanted to bring forth. And one of them is in the state of Ohio, a judge stripped custody from parents for not letting their daughter take trans hormones. This is a 17-year-old girl that she wanted to transform into a boy, and this is a Christian parents that said no, and a judge here in the state of Ohio chose to remove custody of this child from the parents because she wants to be a boy or a man, and she's now living with her grandparents who are helping her out with that. So there's that one. And then the second thing is, sorry guys, a male teacher in Florida, he was a physical education teacher in Florida, was told that he was to go into the locker room and watch a young girl who decided that she is a boy and she's transgender and she's going to get dressed and shower in the locker room, that he was to, this is a heterosexual man, teacher, was told to go and watch this young lady, this young girl, shower in the boys' locker room so that she would not, the boys wouldn't bother her. Yeah, the teacher said no, and he got reprimanded for this. Okay, and then we have a girl finds a transgender boy staring at her in the locker room where she was just putting on her pants for physical education while the young boy was standing there in girls' undergarments, and she could tell that it was a he and not a she. We also have in Rhode Island, Teachers Union and ACLU are against a bill that would criminalize sex between a school employee and students. And so the reason I brought these up is because these are things that have infiltrated into the schools and into our lives and have not, nobody has really spoken. I mean, many people have spoken, but not the majority. And now we have this HR5 bill that's coming to fruition. And my concern about this is the fact that if this HR5 Equality Act bill passes, that is going to affect the family. It's going to affect our children. It's going to affect our grandchildren, because this thing will spread all over like a virus, and it's going to be really bad. Think about it. Your child goes to school. Your child goes to a locker room. That child is going to go get dressed in that locker room, and there's let's say a little girl, your little girl is going in that locker room, and there are boys in that locker room that decided, oh, I'm a girl. And some of these boys, are lying. Well, most of them really. Anyway, you have these boys going into these locker rooms and changing in front of these girls. And you even have where 5-year-olds are being taught that there are 2 mommies and 2 daddies, and they're being taught different things in schools. They're also being taught things of sex that should not be taught to a 5-year-old child in the school system. Drag queens are already in the libraries reading to our children. This causes confusion for the child. Now you have your child going to school. You have this 5-6-year-old child that's going to school, and you have a mommy and daddy in the house. The mommy and daddy are heterosexuals. They're Christians. They don't believe in transgenderism. They don't believe that homosexuality is correct, okay, that this is a sin. These things are a sin. And here this little child goes to school, and this child is going to speak forth what's in his home, and the teachers are going to ask them questions. And in fact, today they are doing that. They are grilling our kids for information about our homes and what's going on in our homes. And this child's going to say, well, my mommy and daddy don't believe in transgenderism, don't they believe in one mommy and one daddy, not two daddies and two mommies and all this stuff. And what's going to happen is that child is going to be taken, I believe, that child is going to be taken away from the home due to the fact that that child spoke forth that. And because of that, if this law passes, that is criminalizing your freedom of speech, even in your own home. They will come forth in your own home. And there's an article that, if you want to look it up, it says Pelosi's Equality Act could lead to more parents losing custody of kids who want gender transition. So we also have that situation. So if you have a little girl or a little boy that comes home from school because they're filling our children up with all this information, which really children should not even know any of this stuff, and this child comes back home and says, you know what, mommy, today I'm going to be a boy. So I want to be a boy. So, here's my slip from my teacher that says that you could take me to this doctor so he can give me medicine so I can become a boy. And if the parents don't even abide by doing that, the teacher can end up calling the government, or calling the police on you, child services on you, and remove your child from your home. Just like this 17-year-old girl was removed from her home because her parents did not want to give her the hormones and everything to transfer her from female to a male. And my other issue is, and I'm going to get more into this as well, is we see what's been infiltrating, and we have kept silent for a long time. This country, many people have kept silent. It says, oh, well, it's not hurting me, it's not bothering me, so it's okay. And it starts off with prayer being taken out of school. Oh, it's okay, we can pray at home, not a big deal. Then we have Roe versus Wade, the murder of children. And that happened back in the 70s, I do believe it was. So we have that. Now today we have where they're wanting to abort and even kill a child at up to the age of 3. And if you have a genetic marker of blindness or disability or anything, well, it gives them the right that you're a burden to society. So the government is infiltrating into this. And it says our children are being taught things that should not be taught to your child. As young as 4 to 5 years of age, children are being taught things that are sexual that should not be taught at all in school or in that age group. This bill is a bill that is towards destroying the family, like I said before. Sorry, I have notes here, and I'm just making sure I cover everything. The hormone replacement issue as well. This is going to take away the doctor's freedoms, doctors and parents' freedom about this situation. If the child wants it, then you give it to them. We're now letting children tell us what we're to do and what we're not to do. The parents are the parents for a reason. A parent is there to guide and direct the child. It says in the scripture, train up the child in the way he or she should go. Well, Yeshua says, I am the way, the truth, and the light. Okay? He is the way. So if we train up the child in the way he should go, we should be training him up in the way that the scriptures state, and not throwing our children to the wolves. And we need to take our children back. I believe this in my whole heart. We need to take them back. We need to protect our children. Our children are our future. We don't know how long the Father is going to tarry. Only He knows. And we need to stand and we need to protect these blessings, because our children are blessings from God. They're not curses, they are blessings. So we have this hormone replacement therapy thing now that they're trying to give to children to stop the puberty to start, like with a young girl or a young boy's puberty at the age of 11. They're starting to give these hormone blockers. And I read an article stating that oh, it's okay, and later on, if they decide that they're not going to be the girl decides, I don't want to be a boy anymore, I want to go back to being a girl, I think I should have stayed that way, we'll just take you off the hormone blockers, and then what will happen is you'll change, and it'll take some time. This is a natural change that goes on within a girl and within a boy at the age starting as early as 11 years. It seems to start here nowadays, but this change is a natural thing, and you're going to sit there and you're going to stop it. What type of health issues are going to come forth? They don't even know, but they do know that some of the hormone replacement therapies that they've given to like women through menopause, they've found has caused cancer. So imagine getting this hormone to a child, and this child grows up with this hormone constantly in their body. This is murder as well. This is killing of the children. I believe this is another way of killing our children, you know, and we need to stand firm. I mean, and they also have been stating that oh, what is it called? Bear with me here. The pedophile, people that have pedophilia, that this is just this is another like gender, okay? And it's okay. So here we have where we're going to have men going into girls' dressing rooms and bathrooms, women going into boys' dressing rooms and bathrooms. The, I, my mind is just blown at the fact that a man wants to go into a woman's bathroom to go to the bathroom, that's what they're saying that they want, is so they can go to the bathroom. You can relieve yourself in a man's bathroom as well. And that's where you should be, because you have the same genetics as a man. Just because you put a dress on and you put a bra on and you put lipstick on does not make you a man. You can cut everything off of your body that needs to be cut off of that you think needs to be cut off of your body. You will still be genetically and hormonally a man or a woman. And not only that, but women, you cannot give seed to another woman. And man, you cannot receive seed from another, because you are not a woman and you are not a man. Only a man and a woman can procreate like God created them. And he created one man, one woman. If you are a believer and you've been listening to a lot of these HR5 videos and doing some research on this, if you sit there and you go, well, yeah, that's their lifestyle, blah, 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 okay? And if they want to do what they want to do, that's fine. I'm not going to bother, because I'm trying to be loving and kind. That's wonderful and everything if you want to do that. But your children are being affected as well. This is going to harm your children and your grandchildren. This is going to cause a lot of problems. Not only that, it will destroy the family. I'm going to say that again. It's going to destroy the family unit, due to the fact that when they find that you will not give your child the transgender hormone or any of those things, they will end up taking your child away. That's the destruction of the family. Abuse, yes, I understand if someone has been abused in the home, but this is not abuse. This is a loving parents saying, no, I am the parent and I know what's best for you, child. You need to call your senators in regards to this and tell them, don't vote yes on this. It's already passed in the House. So now it's in the Senate. So call them, and the number is 202-224-3121. You don't want to not call. Don't pass this time by and just let them vote this. Let them hear your voice. Let them know this is not what you want to pass. And my last thing is, if you truly love your children and your grandchildren and you want to protect them, then get on that phone, email, write, and tell them no. Tell them no. This is not right. And my final thing to say is, and this is kind of a personal thing, but I believe it's time for his people to take his blessings and remove them from this world and train them up in the way they should go and protect his blessings, because that's what we're supposed to do, is protect these blessings of God, which are our children and our grandchildren. So if there's anything else, everybody else in the videos that you are watching from Messianic Lamb Video Network have said many things, and that all our videos are intertwined. And this bill, read it for yourself. Don't read the summary, read the whole bill. They don't need to be in our bathrooms. They don't need to be in our children's locker rooms. If they choose to dress as a woman, that's their decision, but don't enforce it and force it towards our children. Don't confuse our babies. It's time to take a stand. Again, 202-224-3121. Shalom.